Well, good evening, everyone. How are you? We're going to have a discussion about bandwagoning. Bandwagoners being bandwagon, whichever. Of course, this stems from biblical bandwagoning, but this is not a biblical conversation. Bandwagoners are people who jump on to whatever somebody's offering that's already established for the most part. A bandwagoner jumps on something that's established and that sounds good to work with or work on, and they roll with it without fully knowing what it is or not even having prior knowledge or action with the thing. So when a person approaches you with an idea, something that's new to you, and you just jump on it, how do you do that? First of all, what you need to be doing is finding out what this thing is. What does it consist of? What is the mission statement, right? What is the goal? What is the end result of this thing that I'm going to engage with? I'm going to bring myself into doing. That's the first thing you need to do, is research what it is you are getting on. Otherwise, you're a bandwagoner. You just jumping on something and don't know what's up. You're going to get yourself jacked up. Get yourself caught up in some stuff. Get yourself labeled as something that you shouldn't be from being a bandwagoner. Bandwagoning can be lethal. Yes, it can. You see now with your soul. But you can also lose your life, right? Being a bandwagoner, right? You can lose valuable information. You can lose valuable help that you need by being a bandwagoner. So the second thing you should be doing is checking out this person who is doing this thing that's new to you or interesting to you, that you want to jump on. Because a lot of these people who are doing stuff, they're doing it for their own glory, their own accolades. So a lot of times they just really looking for a personal assistant, a street team, just something to hurry up and get their stuff off. They ain't thinking about the workers. They ain't thinking about you. That's what bandwagoning is about, right? You jumping on something this person does not have a solid plan, a solid nothing. And I'm talking about bandwagoning right now, what it has become. Because a lot of people only bandwagon on stuff that it looks like it's profitable, but it's still a little bit on the down low. Not too many people are aware of it. So shady. A lot of people are bandwagoning shady stuff, right? It look good on the outside, but on the inside it's totally shady, right? It's totally shady. Ain't no sunlight getting in, right? Right, you know, you buy them dark blinds to block out the sun, right? It's totally shady in your house, totally dark, right? That's what a lot of bandwagoners get into, and they know it. And they know it, right? Pyramid schemes, stuff like that, right? So, most bandwagoners already know the situation is shady. That's why they really don't investigate. It sounds like a quick buck, right? It sounds like a quick buck. Because ain't nobody bandwagoning unless money is involved. Trust me. Right. Ain't nobody doing that unless money is involved. So, the person needs to definitely be investigated by you, researched by you. You need to talk to this person directly. Because otherwise, they got you being in a cult, right? Cult can be lightweight and it can be heavy, right? It can be lightweight, it can be heavy. You can start speaking things you ain't never spoken before. And it can be lightweight stuff, right? A lot of people speaking this Egyptian, Yoruba stuff and don't know nothing about it. They don't know nothing about it, they're just hearing. So they going out buying the statues and stuff. And watching YouTube. I don't understand why people think YouTube is a book, right? An encyclopedia. I don't understand that. Take your behind to a library. Order some real books. if you want to learn about these different things, get some older texts, first of all. Y'all want to read big print in a small book. You ain't trying to learn nothing. And that's why you don't get used in other arenas. Because you really ain't trying to learn nothing. You want to read a 20-page book with big, huge writing. Right? That's some child stuff. That is preschool stuff. That is a 5-year-old, right, learning to read. Ain't no way in the world you 40, 50, 60 and only want to read a 20-page book with big writing. You are not an asset to anybody or anything, and you are a liability to yourself. And that's how you end up being a bandwagoner, right? Because you're lazy. You want to jump on something that's already established. And the person who established it, they love it because more than likely they're arrogant. So they love the bandwagon and attention. And they use you as such. And a lot of bandwagoners end up jaded, right? They do. Because you jump on something thinking you're going to get some type of reward, some type of money, some type of accolade. And you really don't get nothing. Because it's not about you. It's about the person who's running the program. Right. And they know you're a bandwagoner, so they really going to make sure you don't get nothing. They make sure you give, not get. Right. Remember that. Most people who are running programs and you're a bandwagoner, they make sure you give to them. You don't receive anything. Right. And if you receive something, it's something very minor. Please understand that. And then they beat you across your head for even getting that little thing from someone else. Right. Right. So bandwagoners need to check out the person that's running this program, because this person can get you trapped up in some cult life. You can get yourself trapped up in cult life. It ain't the person, it's you, because you ain't got nobody's being around this person no way. But you're choosing to as a bandwagoner because you're lazy, right? Right. Like I said, most people know that it's shady stuff going on. That's why they jump on as a bandwagoner, right? People don't go to a good holy church. They go to them churches where everybody looking stank, right? If you don't want to change, you just want to say, I went to church on Sunday, right? To sound good to somebody. Yeah, I go to church, but you go to the stankest, don't nobody care what nobody wear, don't nobody do nothing proper like in that church type of church, right? And there's plenty of those, right? Plenty. And it's mega ones just like that as well. Right. So, bandwagoners can wind up brainwashed, murderous, or murdered. Right. That's why I always tell you to talk to God and pray before making major decisions, even minor, depending on what it is. Right. Because I see it. I see it. It's been so many people that's been converted to voodooism by making it sound cute and good. You know, you can control people with this stuff, girl. They won't even know. Right. These are crazy people. What you want to control people for? They won't even know you controlling them. Girl, please, let me teach you these couple of spells. Right. Now you damned to hell. Right. Now you damned to the lake of fire. Your soul ain't going to make it into heaven, period. Now how you feel about that? And those like Nubian News and Cockfrost, who are false prophets, right, who have led so many thousands astray, oh, it's a special kind of hell. It's a third hell for people like you. It's a third hell for people who knowingly lead people into damnation, right, by being false prophets, right. So understand, people who are false prophets and lead thousands into damnation, your soul is about to start screaming and hollering out after this broadcast. Right, after you see this. Right, you're going to get the illest. Right. And it's not me cursing you. Right. It's just God letting you know. You were in control of all these people, and you were a false prophet. You told them at first, yeah, I'm a voodoo bitch, and they loved it, right? Then you said, no, I ain't no voodoo bitch no more. So the ones who want to be voodoo people, they left y'all alone, and you went chasing them. No, I still do voodoo. Don't worry about it, girl. Right. So they knew you were false. Like, hold up. So they sitting back watching and laughing now, like, this bitch still doing voodoo while she preaching church. All right, I'm going to let her get her stuff off, because what are these other voodoo people? What are voodoo people? They all ignorant and don't care about the next person, right? They all want to take each other down anyway. So they could be the high priestess, right? So everybody in the gang, that high priestess voodoo gang, sat back and watched Nubian News, and they all told everybody she a false prophet, and they started attacking her. The people that she had in her collective started attacking her because they knew that she was false. They said, "Oh, you in the church now? Well, we gone." Then she ran chasing them. "No, I ain't really in the church. I'm playing." Right. So they turned right around and played with her too. Right. Because either you're going to follow God or you're going to be a black, dark-hearted chick. You will not be warm, lukewarm. You're going to be hot or cold. Now, these women, they got converted to being dark-hearted females. Soulless chicks. And now Nubian News ran off and trying to preach the word. Right. Right. To do what I do. And now her voodoo converts mad as hell at her because they like, wait a minute now, we done sold our souls and everything and got in trouble with the God. We done gave God up, Jesus up, everything. And here you go talking about him? Oh, no, we about to take you down, shorty. So her own collective took her down. Right. Your own collective took you down. That's what happens when you play around with people. You converted people who had souls into soulless people. So now they're pissed off at the fact that you want to try and preach the word now and run the God and lead them behind after you done took them down. Right. First you was, no, I'm faking, I'm pretending. But now you screaming and hollering because you really want to be saved by God. And they're like, no, you didn't have us sell our souls and take us down for you to run the God. Right. So they've been telling everybody what Nubian News been up to. They've been talking to everybody about Nubian News and her crack. Right. Word travels in that underground. Do it ever. It travels hard, fast, and heavy. Right. So those that are left watching her program, I don't even want to discuss that. But bandwagoning can take you down. It can get you killed. You can lose your soul. You can lose your life. Right. And a lot of these people in Cockfrost, Ghetto Nuns, Convent, and Nubian Newses, whatever her stuff is called, I don't even know. They lost their lives. A lot of people died. A lot of people died. Messing with Cockfrost and messing with Nubian News. A lot of people died. Taking them little potions and herbs and stuff. I told you that stuff is toxic. Right? That stuff is very toxic if you don't know what you're doing. Drinking crystals and stuff. Right? Right. And currently Nubian News is on the run. Right. She's on the run from the law. Right. So, yeah, she's on the run from the law. She's trying to run from God, but God is everywhere. You can't run from him. Right. So those two are going to get hit hard and heavy by God for bringing in people, converting them to voodooism, and then trying to leave them there. Right. God said, he messed their heads up even worse. Right. That's why Cockfrost went back to her nasty behaviors. Right. Because she never gave them up. Right. She just didn't do them on camera. Right. Nubian News, still a prostitute, still stank, still nasty. Right. Still selling her daughters. Right. She just didn't do it on camera. Right. But her cohorts and converts knew. Converts, they knew. These women didn't get anybody to convert to Christianity. None of these people converted to Christianity. They converted to, we just talk like we do. Right. They converted to the Most High talk. They didn't convert to Christianity. They converted to the Most High talk. So, being a bandwagoner, you already know what you're getting into. Bandwagoners already understand. You trying to do some lazy, shady stuff. Right. And that's why you get jacked up by being a bandwagoner. That's why you have misinformation. That's why you, like, what's going on? How I get left out? Because you a bandwagoner and you wanted to get left out. They were talking voodoo. They were talking controlling people's emotions and bodies. Zombieing people and having total control over a human being. Creating your own slave. That's what they were trying to teach you. Nubian News and them. We're teaching you how to create your own human slave. God don't allow that. God don't allow that. Unless you one of them nasty dark people. And they had to convert to be nasty dark people, right? God only let nasty dark people be controlled like that, right? And I had a talk with a young lady the young lady's mother, who was found dead. Her case is very public and known. Yeah, the young lady, I spoke with her mother. I said, your daughter was zombie. You know, she was seeing one of them both court kind of guys, and he zombied your daughter, and that's why they found her where they found her, all wild and crazy. I said, look at the video. You know damn well what happened to your daughter, because you know about voodoo. So stop trying to blame everybody else, because you told your daughter don't be around this guy, and he did it anyway. And she did it anyway. She stayed around the guy. You knew he was a voodoo bad dude, and he ended up zombieing your daughter. And that's why she was walking all crazy, looking all wild and crazy, and they found her where they found her. And nobody could understand, how did she get there? Right? This is a highly publicized case. I spoke with the mom. I solved the case for the mother. You know, you knew what was wrong with your daughter. You knew what happened to your daughter. But I'm going to confirm it for you. You didn't do what you were supposed to do as a mother. She was what, 15, 17? 17 or so, I can't remember. She had no business being at them parties and stuff like she was. But this was an older guy, and he zombied her by being a boat court, right? She got caught up with a voodoo guy, right? But the mother and them came from that, right? So the daughter was easy to take down, right? So bandwagoning. They tore up this whole facility when everybody knew this girl, they was having a party to where it was an initiation, right? That was an initiation party. Everybody was high off of Percocets and everything else. All them teenagers was high as hell up in there. From teenagers to 25 or so, right, at that party, right, at that particular party, that was an initiation, right? That was a voodoo initiation. That's why he zombied her like that. He told her ass to get home, and she wouldn't do it, right? She didn't live with her mother, right? She lived with this dude, right? She ran away from her mom and lived with a dude. He said, get your behind home. And she wouldn't do it, so he zombied her, right? How she, right? All right, he zombied her to get her home, right? But she was so high and drunk, right? Right, it went another way, right? Eventually, he was going to kill her, right? He was going to kill her eventually. Right, he definitely was going to kill her eventually. But, right, I'm not going to talk about that because that was someone's child at one point. But the person didn't do what they were supposed to. Didn't use their discernment. Nah, they used their discernment. They knew what was up, right? Let me not say that, right? They didn't do the right thing as a parent by knocking their daughter the hell out, right? I mean, you're in the voodoo world, and your daughter got into it as well. So you didn't lead by example. That's another thing, right? You were a terrible example. So how are you going to tell her don't be with a guy like that when you were a woman like that as her mom? But that's another story. No, not for me, though, right? That's just a saying, right? So I'm going to stop that right there. Being a bandwagoner can get you killed. And that's the moral of the story. So stop being shady. Stop being sneaky and underhanded. And be above board. Because that's the only way you're going to get respect. That's the only way you're going to be successful. That's the only way you're going to get contacts. Real good, solid contacts and money. Being above board. Solid, above board, loyal, and honest in all dealings. Have a great evening.